and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. A lot of sore backs, I think, in southern Wisconsin today.
And you better have windshield wiper fluid, too. It is so messy outside.
The snow is so heavy.
Yeah, it is. Although the roads are in great shape today with the sun, felt terrific outside.
Thanks to the Streets Department for that.
Yeah.
And here's what's making news at 4. A group of Madison parents are suing the school district because they allowed transgender students to go by a different name without telling parents about it.
Mike Bloomberg has qualified for tomorrow night's Democratic debate, and that is prompting Senator Bernie Sanders to call out some of his past policies as mayor of New York.
And the Wisconsin Elections Commission says one of the websites where voters can check their polling place is down. We'll share where you can go instead to find out that information.
Let's take a look outside on this primary election day. No problems getting to the polls. Nice and sunny, but look at the snow piles.
I think the camera is a low angle there. If it's that high, we got a problem. The weather words bundle up. Bitter cold moves in tonight, and Dana is in the backyard enjoying the sunshine.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out here right now, but you're right. The snow piled up around the edge of the patio. Official totals near Brooklyn at about 5.5 inches. Madison just over 5 inches, and in Columbus 4.5 inches. So a lot of snow coming through for your Monday. And now that we had a day to clean up and enjoy the sunshine, we get to focus on the very cold air that will be moving in for the rest of the week. Doppler stays quiet for us tonight and for Wednesday and Thursday. We're not concerned about anything new moving in. We get to stay with the sunshine, but temperatures overnight are just going to drop off, falling to the single digits for early tomorrow morning. That's going to come along with wind chills below 0. So a very cold start to the day, and Thursday is just going to be even colder outside. But we'll take a closer look at that forecast for the middle of the week and those temperatures in just a few minutes. Right now on the roads, here's the Beltline at Park Street. Again, all lanes fairly clear right now. You should really be good on the roads. We're seeing some delays on the eastbound side close to John Nolan. That's where traffic typically starts to back on up around this time. But the rest of westbound looks fairly smooth. Janesville looks good, and the interstate right now nice and smooth as well. 25 minutes to get from Janesville to the Beltline, 17 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, a quick 14 minutes on this sunny evening. You're going to need the windshield wiper fluid because even though the roads are pretty clear, like you guys said, it's a little messy outside right now. The shades and keeping the windshield clean.
All right. We'll check back in a little while. Thank you, Dana.
And the city of Madison has declared a snow emergency for tonight. That means alternate side parking is in effect citywide, including the snow emergency zone. That's in effect until 7 a.m. tomorrow. City officials say the wet, dense snow is very heavy and is made for slower plowing than previous storms this year.
The Madison Metropolitan School District is being sued by 14 parents represented by the Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty.
The conservative law firm says the district is violating parents' constitutional rights by not telling them if their child wants to be called a different pronoun and name connected to the sex they identify with. Our Amanda Quintana is here with more on the transgendered policy being questioned. Amanda?
In the Madison School District, if a student expresses that they're transgender and want to be called by a different name, the staff and teachers will call them that name so they feel supported. But Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty says by not including parents in this important decision, the district is pulling apart families and creating secrets and lies. The goal of the lawsuit is to have the district ask parents permission before they're able to change the child's preferred name at school.
The teacher should say, you know, that's very serious. If you want to transition, then we need to get your parents involved, right? And if the student is concerned about that, isn't ready for that, then, you know, you don't have to transition yet.
It's designed to create a safe and affirming environment for our transgender students to help them gain confidence in their identity and be able to share this information with their families.
Brian Jucombs at G-Safe, which helps schools be places where LGBTQ students can thrive, says sometimes transgender students aren't ready to come out to their parents, and the school telling them could put the student in a dangerous situation, even thrown out of their home if their parents don't agree. A spokesman for the Madison School District says it prioritizes the safety and well-being of every student, so they stand by that policy.
All right, Amanda, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Developing this afternoon, a man suspected of of killing his ex-girlfriend and her 2 daughters has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. 25-year-old Arzell Ivory told investigators that he strangled Amara Jerica Banks in her apartment after an argument. Ivory told police that she did not fight back, so he figured she wanted to die, since their almost 2-year-old son had just died from respiratory issues. Ivory then said he strangled Banks's 4- and 5-year-old daughters, first kissing them on the head, saying, "Daddy loves you," and that their mother wanted them in heaven with her. The criminal complaint says he then tried to burn their bodies. If convicted, he faces life in prison.
A mother coping with her son's cancer is finding strength in helping another mother cope with tragedy as well.
It's nice to not be alone, but it's also hard because neither of us want to be in the situations we're in. So it's unfortunate, but I think it happened for a reason. We need each other. So.
Shannon Krenz lost her daughter Mariana when a 76-year-old driver drove around a stopped school bus and hit her, killing her. Another woman in the community decided to pay it forward to her. Arlene and her 9-year-old son Miguel, who has terminal cancer, both decided the Krenz family should have the money community members raised to support them.
If that money is only used for the grandma and the family to stay home and grieve for a few months, you know, as long as they need, as long as their bills are paid, that's one less thing that they have to worry about.
There is a GoFundMe page to help Miguel Duran, and Community Bank in Plainfield is collecting checks for the Krenz family.
One of NASCAR's best-known drivers is hospitalized tonight in serious condition after the Daytona 500 ended with one of the most spectacular crashes in its long history.
Ryan Newman was leading with 1 lap to go, and 2 other drivers hit his car at around 200 miles an hour, sending him spinning in the air across the track. Manuel Bojorquez is at the Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time.
Newman was seconds away from the finish line at the Daytona 500 when his Ford Mustang was bumped.
Crash into the wall, into the air goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof.
His car slammed into the wall, flipping over multiple times, thrown into the air before it landed on its roof in flames.
The AMR safety team is there quickly to attend to Ryan Newman.
Fans saw the crash unfold from the stands.
Imagine having a semi-truck come right in your car window and hit you.
Nicknamed Rocket Man, Newman has 18 Cup wins, including the 2008 Daytona 500. The father of 2 hoped this would be his 2nd win at the historic track.
When I come to Daytona, it just kind of feels like home.
Newman, who has advocated for more safety features, has survived multiple crashes.
And Newman is in the air and over.
Including this one at the 2003 Daytona.
There's crashes all the time.
USA Today sports reporter Michelle R. Martinelli was at the track for the crash. She says the 2001 death of Dale Earnhardt at the Daytona changed the direction of safety in the sport.
The drivers are so protected, from the technology that's in their helmets to a protector that actually safeguards their head and neck for specific instances like this.
There has not been a fatality on the track since Earnhardt. Seconds after the crash, Denny Hamlin won his 3rd Daytona title in a photo finish. He's the first driver since 1995 to win in consecutive years. After the race, he said there was only one thing on his team's mind.
A person's health is bigger than any race or any accomplishment that you can possibly have. So we're praying for Ryan right now, and that's kind of all we're thinking about.
Hamlin said at first he did not realize exactly just how bad that crash was. President Trump, who served as Grand Marshal of the race, tweeted prayers for Newman, calling him, quote, great and brave. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Daytona Beach.
And Newman was looking for his second win at Daytona. CNN is reporting he is now awake and speaking with family and doctors. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Tuesday granting clemency to the former owner of the San Francisco 49ers, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. DeBartolo pleaded guilty in 1998 to involvement in the corruption and gambling fraud case against former Louisiana Governor Edwin Edwards. He did not serve jail time but agreed to pay up to $1 million in fines. He also had to relinquish ownership of the 49ers to his sister. And the president also shaving 6 years off the 14-year prison sentence for Rod Blagojevich, the disgraced Illinois governor who was sent to jail for a wide range of corruption charges. He was found guilty of trying to extort a children's hospital for campaign contributions and trying to sell former President Obama's Senate seat after he was elected to the White House. The former governor had advocated for a pardon or a reduced sentence for years, and in January, Blagojevich wrote an op-ed from prison where he ripped House Democrats for impeaching Trump. Trump took notice, calling his sentence ridiculous.
The Boy Scouts of America have filed for bankruptcy. The youth organization listed liabilities of between $100 million and $500 million. The bankruptcy filing comes at a time when the organization faces hundreds of sexual abuse lawsuits by thousands of alleged victims. As a result of the filing, all civil litigation against the organization is suspended. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has qualified for the next debate, allowing other candidates to go after the surging candidate for the first time in a face-to-face setting. Bloomberg qualified because a new national poll shows him running second behind Bernie Sanders. CBS News has learned Sanders' aides are concerned Bloomberg is the senator's most formidable opponent, and Sanders is now targeting Bloomberg in his stump speech.
Mr. Bloomberg, you are certainly not going to win when you have a record in New York City that included racist policies like stop and frisk.
Bloomberg is not competing in early state contests and won't be on the ballot until the March 3rd Super Tuesday primaries. The 9th Democratic debate is in Las Vegas tomorrow night.
And today is spring primary election day in Wisconsin. If you need to look up your polling location, the Wisconsin Elections Commission says there is a problem with the My Vote Wisconsin website. They're advising voters to use the backup service gettothepolls.com. While the problem is being fixed, voters will be narrowing down the candidates for State Supreme Court, and there's also races for Madison School Board, Middleton Mayor, and Fitchburg City Council. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight. The state legislature is taking on prescription drug costs today.
Amy Reed joins us now from the state capitol to explain how lawmakers hope to make that happen. Amy?
In the last hour, the Assembly voted unanimously, that's 96-0, to regulate pharmacy benefit managers. You might have heard of these players before. They're one of the more hidden players of the prescription drug pricing world. This bill that now heads to the Senate aims to make them less hidden. It requires pharmacy benefit managers, also called PBMs, to register with the state's Commissioner of Insurance, which will then regulate PBMs. There was a lot else thrown in too, and legislators say they learned a lot in the process.
For many of us, before we really dove into this issue, it was not something that many of us spent much time on. But we've heard personal stories, and we understand that the need for reform really is there.
The bipartisan group was, I think, aimed at, let's try to have more transparency, let's get rid of the incentives that drive up costs that are not consumer friendly, and let's remove the gag order that doesn't allow pharmacists to work with patients on how to best, fund, pay for, covers.
A couple other things in here. This bill prohibits health insurance policies or plans from penalizing pharmacists who disclose drug prices or other options to their patients. It also requires pharmacies to post their prices for the 100 most prescribed drugs and requires advanced notice if the pill that you're being prescribed will be switched out by the insurance for another. Now, as I said before, the Senate still needs to pass this bill before it then moves on to the governor's desk.
Amy Reed, live at the state capitol. Amy, thank you.
Barry Alvarez is set to receive the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award.
The UW-Madison athletic director started with the Badger football team in 1990 when you'll recall they lost 36 games over the previous 4 seasons. Alvarez went on to become the coach with the most wins in school history. He coached 3 Big Ten championships and is the only Big Ten coach to win the Rose Bowl in consecutive seasons. The award will be presented June 5th. Brett Favre and Jordy Nelson will be inducted into the 70th anniversary class on the same day. What a group that'll be.
There's some big names there.
Yeah.
Boy, Elvis turned that program around. That's
Congratulations to him.
Well, there's more to come at 4. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is helping us get ready for Mardi Gras with some Cajun recipes.
Just feels good to be thinking about Mardi Gras, doesn't it? And the largest U.S. milk producer may have found a buyer after filing for bankruptcy months ago. We'll have an update on that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
The world awaits in your new Jeep from Don Miller. It's the President's Day event on now. The tradition carries on with the new Jeep Wrangler. Get your own Don Miller deal plus rebates and incentives up to $5,500 off select remaining 2019 Jeep Wranglers. No day is the same in your new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. You'll get up to $2,000 bonus cash plus your own Don Miller deal on select 2020 Jeep Gladiators. The President's Day event on now at Don Miller, Madison and Dane Counties Jeep Headquarters, Odana Road, Madison.
Don Miller. If your home is drafty and cold in the winter and your heating bills are out of control, it's time for a visit from Dr. Energy Saver by Larson Home Services. Dr. Energy Saver will show you where and why your home is using, losing, and wasting energy. We will conduct a comprehensive heat map analysis of your home, identifying problem areas like failing attics, vented crawl spaces, and leaky can lights. We'll set up a blower door, a powerful fan mounted on an exterior door to pull air out of your home, lowering the pressure inside and allowing us to pinpoint your troublesome areas. We offer a full range of installation services for your home. These home energy upgrades will save you money on your energy bills and make your home more comfortable. Our team will provide effective, long-lasting solutions, and right now, take 50% off installation labor, get a free heat map analysis of your home, and get a $100 Visa gift card when you sign up for a Dr. Energy Saver package. Call now and set up your free estimate because this doctor makes house calls.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death.
There's no increased risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Welcome back, everyone. Apple says the coronavirus outbreak is hurting business more than they expected. It's limiting how many iPhones it can make and sell in China. Apple temporarily closed all of its stores in China, but even though they're slowly reopening, bouncing back will take some time. The company reached out to its investors yesterday, warning that supply shortages will temporarily affect revenues worldwide.
And that news resulted in a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell almost 166 points, closing at 29,232. The NASDAQ managed a 1.5-point gain, but the S&P 500 lost nearly 10 points. The largest U.S. milk processor could have a buyer to pull it from bankruptcy. Dairy Farmers of America bid $425 million for Dean Foods' delivery system, 44 facilities, and other company assets. It'll be up to the Department of Justice to approve or deny the deal after looking into antitrust concerns. Dean filed for bankruptcy in November, losing losing the milk processor could have a big impact on U.S. dairy farmers.
Well, Mardi Gras, believe it or not, is right around the corner. The big celebration in New Orleans, of course, leading up to Lent.
And to help us celebrate food-wise, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Welcome back.
Hi, Angie.
Thank you.
What are we making today?
Well, I got two really beefy Cajun recipes. You know, when I think of Cajun recipes, I actually think of shrimp. And you can add like seafood to all of these recipes. It'd be really good.
But you're from the Beef Council.
But I'm from the Beef Council, so I'm starting with beef.
Okay.
So we've taken the popular muffaletta sandwich that they serve a lot down in New Orleans and turned it into a dip. And I started with corned beef.
Oh.
So leading up to March, getting ready for corned beef.
Right.
So a pound of deli corned beef and then some chopped up provolone cheese, a chunk of cream cheese, some giardiniera, so some pickled vegetables, green olives, roasted red peppers. Mix all that together and then make it, this is kind of the fancy way, but I hollowed out a nice loaf of sourdough and baked it in the oven about 35 minutes.
It's really good.
And all those flavors just meld together.
It's not very, it doesn't have any like spice.
No, it's like very olivey.
Yeah.
Do you have to cook the corned beef beforehand?
Nope. Just get a pound of, no, not even a pound, half a pound, 8 ounces, yeah, half a pound of deli corned beef, the slice, and then chop it up.
Oh, perfect. That's
So it's already cooked.
Yeah, it's already cooked. So soften your cream cheese, but mix all that together, and then it bakes. So you can bake it in like a little 8x8 pan or even a pie pan for about 20 minutes, or in the bread they said about 35, 40 minutes.
This is really good.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. And then we'll talk gumbo. So
that's
we've got
a classic.
A Cajun beef gumbo.
Now, gumbo is a little complicated, isn't it?
It kind of is. Yeah, it's not
it's worth it at the end.
It's not as easy as the jambalaya recipe. Okay, so the beef in here is shank. So a cut that needs to be tenderized, but you could substitute in round, like a round steak or chuck roast, all of that needs to be tenderized. And the recipe calls to pressure cook that. So about 2 pounds of beef. Put it in your Instapot. And tenderize it, so 40 minutes on the stew feature.
Okay.
I think, though, if you browned up like a chunked up chuck roast or stew meat in here and cooked it in like for a half hour like we do the jambalaya recipe, I think it would be fine. So you could always...
If you don't have an Instapot.
If you don't have an Instapot. Okay, so but if you're doing your beef in the Instapot, then in your stock pot you need to make a roux. So our recipe calls for half a cup of canola oil and half a cup of flour. So get your pan nice and hot with the oil, put your flour in, stir it, keep stirring. It'll take a little while, 5-10 minutes, get it a nice milk chocolate color. Butter, I think, is faster to make a roux.
Okay, but the color is the key.
The color is the key. My gumbo's not the best color. I think it's supposed to be darker.
It smells wonderful.
And you got some Creole seasoning in there.
Yeah, I got Creole seasoning and some beef smoked sausage too. And then the holy trinity of Cajun cooking: onion, celery, and green pepper. And garlic, and then the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, 2 tablespoons of Creole. That makes it really spicy.
Yeah.
So
depends on how you want it.
Add a little bit less to try it, unless you really, really like spicy Cajun food, and then go for it.
And do you serve it just like that, or do you serve it over rice?
You can serve it over rice. You can serve it just like that, however you like.
I'm ready for Mardi Gras.
Smells great.
So, beeftips.com. Click on As Seen on TV for these recipes, and then we've got a link to all of our Cajun recipes. We have a whole recipe collection if you want to try those.
Yeah, we had 2 more at noon this morning.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
I'm all
You've been
set.
cooking a lot today, Angie. Thank you.
It's good.
We'll see you next time. There's more to come at 4. There's a new idea to fight global warming.
It is an unusual idea meant to help reduce the amount of methane gas that cows give off. We'll explain why one researcher thinks this face mask can really help. We'll talk about that when Live at 4 continues.
Now, we know the Trump strategy: try to win by attacking, distorting, dividing. Mr. President, it won't work.
Newspapers report Bloomberg is the Democrat Trump fears most. As president, universal health care that lets people keep their coverage if they like it, a record on job creation, a doable plan to combat climate change.
I led a complex, diverse city through 9/11, and I have common sense plans to move America away from chaos to progress.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
It's incredible. It's award-winning. It's the new Ram 1500 at Don Miller. With the President's Day event on now, there's great selection. The new Ram 1500, it's Green Car Journal's 2019 and 2020 Green Truck of the Year. Lease a new 2020 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn 4x4 for only $279 a month plus taxes and fees, 39 months, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing. See salesperson for details. The President's Day event on now at Don Miller, your Madison truck headquarters.
Don Miller.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Well, take a look at this. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but this repeat offender from Indiana needs only 2. A man with the words "crime pays" tattooed across his forehead was arrested for the second time in 3 months for leading police on a chase. Oh, boy. Now facing multiple charges yet again. No word on if crime has yet to pay for him, if he has plans to update his tattoo, or if he even gets the irony of the situation.
Yeah, good question. I was just going to say that.
A face to anything and crime pays.
I'm going to get a snowflake tattooed, I think, like right under my eye.
Like a teardrop?
Just like a tear.
No, you're not. No. Next, Tony Starks.
Moving along now.
Could have some competition. I'm trying to get you out of this, Dana. From a real-life Iron Man.
A team at Jetman Dubai built a jet-powered wingsuit out of carbon fiber. It's powered by 4 mini-jet engines, and when they tested it out on Friday, the pilot took off from the ground and got nearly 6,000 feet, going about 150 miles per hour. He'd flown before, but never actually taken off from the ground, so this is a bit of a big deal for the company. Now they're trying to work on landing back on the ground without a parachute. That's the
pretty
next.
amazing.
That is amazing.
Dubai, I have to get there.
I know, look at that.
Oh, it's beautiful, right on the beach.
Maybe
Very,
we can get
cool.
Jetman to fly over Lake Mendota. Not quite the same.
The scariest part to me, I think, is going 150 miles.
I know, it's incredible.
And 6,000 feet in the air. Look, you can see
that part's fine.
You can see the horizon. He's so
you can
high.
see the line.
Yeah,
that is pretty
really
cool. That's very, very, very neat.
All right.
Goals.
Yeah. Nice to see the sun today.
No tattoo or a jet?
Yeah.
One of the two.
Next, sunshine for the next few days, but it is going to get cold outside. So we have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Those temperatures are going to drop quite a bit overnight. Let's take a closer look at what's ahead right after the break.
Don't miss the biggest night for animals in Dane County, Toto's Gala. Join Dane County Humane Society this March for an elegant evening with our 2- and 4-legged friends. Reserve your seats today at giveshelter.org.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival. A glory to behold. Experience what people are calling one of the greatest revivals ever. The Color Purple. At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Here at Harker Heating and Cooling of Madison, we are proudly celebrating over 70 years of excellence. A lot can change in 70 years, but some things never do, like our commitment to providing our customers with 100% satisfaction every single day. When you make that call to Harker, you can rest assured that a team of qualified, trustworthy, skilled individuals are ready to address your home service concerns. Harker Heating and Cooling, your hometown heroes for over 70 years.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Don't miss the biggest night for animals in Dane County, Toto's Gala. Join Dane County Humane Society this March for an elegant evening with our 2- and 4-legged friends. Reserve your seats today at giveshelter.org.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A lot of folks headed back to school and work today, and it turned out to be a pretty decent Tuesday. Here's a live look with our Edgewater Skycam. A very different picture from what we were looking at 24 hours ago. Mostly clear sky and a lot of sunshine for this afternoon and this evening. Again, this time yesterday, our camera was completely covered in ice and snow, and that's just not the case right now. Doppler radar is going to stay nice and quiet. We don't have anything moving in, as you can see, for tonight, nor for the next few days, just colder air. High pressure well off to the north and west is really going to bridge down through the plains and the northern Midwest, so that colder air, that northwest flow, is going to just push some temperatures in that will be a little below average, and then for Thursday morning, a little below 0. So the colder temps are kind of come on in. If you enjoyed the sunshine today and highs close to 30 degrees in a really seasonable afternoon, tomorrow and Thursday will be just a little colder outside, partially due to that northwest breeze. Mostly sunny skies again through the rest of this evening. Overnight, we will be mostly clear, and that really is going to allow our temperatures to drop. When we have the cloudy sky, it doesn't allow the earth to cool as much, but when we're mostly clear, those temperatures fall overnight. Tomorrow, we'll see a mostly sunny start to the day, and that's how we'll stay through the afternoon. It will help our temperatures get up to the upper teens, but again, we should be closer to 30 degrees for afternoon highs, so a little behind for Wednesday. Because of this, we have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday, as it is going to be quite a bit below 0 and a little bit of a switch for our overnight lows. You'll definitely want to layer up early in the morning for Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures dropping to the single digits tonight, and for Thursday, the morning low temperature will be below 0. Wind chills will be much colder than that outside again. When you walk around the corner of the house in the direction of the wind, it can really shock you a little bit if you're not dressed and layered up properly. Wind chills for early Wednesday morning, dropping below 0 into those double digits below 0. Thursday is going to be even colder outside, even windier outside when we calculate in those wind chills. Looking at our 8 to 14 day outlook, which pushes us through the end of February and into the beginning of March, it seems quite likely that most of the country will actually be dealing with some colder air moving in. Likely not just for the Midwest, but as you can see, nowhere is really looking at the chance to see above average temperatures. So a cold trend for the end of February and early March. We may see our next system starting to build in at that time. Right now, we'll just focus on the colder temperatures. So tomorrow, plan on a high of about 18 degrees for your Wednesday. Again, mostly sunny, otherwise just very cold outside, close to half of what we should be for this time of year, a little bit above half. Northwest breeze about 6 to 12 miles per hour, enough that you will notice it, but not too windy outside. High temperatures throughout the area, of course, will be hovering in the mid to upper teens for our afternoon highs. 18 for Wednesday and Thursday. Sunshine's just not going to help us out too much. Friday, we also have mostly sunny skies, but we'll quickly be back up to average. So this little cold spell is very brief. Saturday and Sunday, we start to climb up closer to 40 degrees. Slight chance for some showers, rain showers, late in the day on Sunday. As temps will be warm, it'll be rain. But looking ahead to next Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see some snow and rain building on in. It'll transition to snow at night Tuesday and into Wednesday. So that's our next opportunity to see some accumulating snowfall. Still well too far out to start hammering down some numbers, but it's something that we'll be keeping an eye on through the rest of the week and into the weekend with that system building on in. But tomorrow, cold. Gloves, hat. I'm planning on going skiing on Thursday and going downhill when it's 16 degrees.
With the wind?
With the wind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all layered on.
You have a little snowflake tear.
Well, we're not gonna let that one go, are we?
Thank you, Dana.
Yes.
Thank you, Dana.
Yes.
A real one.
Real cold. Yeah, I saw what you were doing there.
All right.
Okay.
In the ongoing fight against global warming, some farms in England are equipping cattle with a new weapon.
The invention targets the harmful habit of cows. Gwen Baumgartner has the story.
Cattle have been in Francisco Norris's life since he was a kid. He comes from a family of farmers and is working to change the livestock industry by reducing climate change, one cow at a time.
It's a pressing issue that needs to be dealt with quickly.
The issue isn't something you see, it's something you hear. That thrust of air is a cow burp. Climate scientists say burps are harmful to the environment because of the large amount of methane gas each one contains. Norris has been studying cow emissions for 2 years.
So when we see a spike like that, it's a burp.
Exactly. We are basically monitoring in real time their methane emissions.
That's where his company Zelp comes in, tackling emissions head on with this. A face mask that captures each methane-filled burp, then converts it into water and carbon dioxide. According to Norris, it creates cleaner air, but he admits it's a tough sell at first.
Making sure that people understand that this is viable, that this is scalable, and that this is an efficient solution to the problem.
Scientists say methane emissions are 85 times more damaging to the environment than CO2, and that cows' emissions are more harmful than all the cars on the road combined.
We face the challenge of moving at the speed that the climate crisis requires.
Cows also emit methane through their intestines, but experts say their burps are the biggest climate change culprits. And with almost 1 billion cows around the world belching once every 2 minutes, their behavior might need a mask and some manners. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Hertfordshire, England.
How about that? Zelp is still in a trial phase, but Norris hopes to start selling the mask to farmers next year for less than $50 each.
We'll have to see if that takes off.
I thought it was the other end that was the problem.
So did I.
Not the burping.
It's a little more challenging. Well, there's more local news ahead tonight on Live at 4. We're checking in to see how a new software system is helping voters get through the polls quicker. Tonight on News 3 Now at 5, how it's working for the spring primary election today. That's coming up tonight at 5.
Introducing Top Tracer, the new golf ball tracking and gaming system at the golf range of Vitence Golfland. Top Tracer gathers data for every shot. Compete against friends in a point game or play a virtual round of golf. Experience Top Tracer at Vitence Golfland.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place, Apple Wellness. You've heard me say that CBD is great for people who suffer with stress. Because everybody is different, at The Healthy Place we have dozens of solutions for the tension you're feeling. One of the products we recommend for stress is Adrenal Boost, a blend of adaptogenic herbs that boost your energy and lessen your stress. Our wellness consultants are trained to help you get to the root of your struggle. If you're tired of feeling stressed or just plain tired, we can help. Stop by one of our 4 Madison locations or online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer.
but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Qualified lessees can lease this Equinox LT for around $219 a month. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings.
It's fun for everyone at Vitense Golfland. Escape winter and enjoy Madison's premier indoor miniature golf course where all ages putt and play. 18 fun Madison-themed holes, remote control boats, and arcade. Offer a great time with friends and family and for special events. Only at Vitense Golfland.
Tonight at 5, new details on the Milwaukee homicide that left a mother and her 2 children dead. What the suspect is saying happened. That's at 5.
Alert days are in the forecast for very cold temperatures that'll be above and below zero at night for the next couple of nights, with morning wind chills to 15 below zero at times. My forecast at 5.
And then ahead at 6, it is primary election day in Wisconsin. Team coverage of the biggest races and the new technology being used to keep your vote safe. That's tonight. News 3 Now at 6. Welcome back. If you work in an office, you're probably familiar with the battle over the thermostats. Some coworkers are always hot, others are bundled up in sweaters.
Don't touch that. That's the problem. Okay, does this sound familiar? Well, if it does, Keely Arthur and Consumer Reports came up with some ways to make your office a true oasis.
It's a problem of modern indoor work life. Office temperatures are sometimes unpredictable and often out of our control.
It's like a freezer in here. Pretty cold.
So comfort-seeking workers are forced to take matters into their own shivering hands.
If your building allows it, a small space heater can warm up your office. The safest place to put it is on the floor, not your desktop. And always plug it directly into the wall. Don't use an extension cord. And keep it at least 3 feet away from any combustible materials.
Consumer Reports spot heating test uses a mannequin wired with sensors to see how your body will feel when you're sitting 4.5 feet from the heater. Top in CR's tests are the Slimline model from Comfort Zone and this oscillating heater from Lasco. And remember, always turn a heater off when you leave the office, even if it's just for a short meeting. If being chilly for 8 to 10 hours isn't bad enough, factor in the dry winter air and you'll feel like punching the clock. You don't have to suffer, though. Consider getting a personal humidifier.
An overheated office can dry out your nasal passages and your skin. Personal humidifiers work well in small rooms, and we found most of them are easy to maintain.
CR's humidifier tests evaluate convenience, noise levels, and energy efficiency. CR's top personal humidifiers are this Hunter, which runs quietly, and the Well at Walgreens, which automatically shuts off when it's empty. And if you haven't yet nailed the perfect office environment, no worries. Summer is just around the corner. For Consumer Reports, this is Keely Arthur.
Thank you, Keely. And another good way to warm up in a cold office works for me several times a day, a cup of coffee.
Consumer Reports says numerous studies have found that caffeine can increase alertness and concentration and may even boost cognitive performance.
See?
Have some coffee.
There you go. Well, still to come at 4, there is a new compact SUV on the market, and it's hoping to take on the likes of Audi and BMW.
It's the latest effort from Lincoln. We'll go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the all-new Corsair. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Ish Monroe, Mark Zona, Pete Maina, Tommy Kimo, and other fishing experts will be speaking at the Wisconsin Fishing Expo, February 28th through March 1st at the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center.
Same great show with a hot new look. Now with even more booths. New Kids Fishing Bingo for the first 500 kids per day. Over 300 booths. Hundreds of boats priced to sell. More gear and tackle than ever. Go to WIFishingExpo.com for details. Kids 12 and under free.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Does scrubbing grease feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Ultra. Its superior grease cleaning formula gets to work faster, making easy work of tough messes. Dawn is a go-to grease cleaner throughout the kitchen, too. Keep a bottle in the laundry room to pre-treat greasy stains. And keep Dawn in the garage to lift grease off car rims. It's even gentle enough to clean wildlife affected by oil. Dawn's grease cleaning power takes care of tough grease wherever it shows up. Scrub less, save more with Dawn.
Pills. You crush them. Kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat. But sometimes life gets in the way. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. For good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible.
Wow, that's pretty sweet. That's cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Get 0% financing for 72 months on all 2020 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings. That's on top of most other offers.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Don't miss your chance to see the 6-time Grammy Award-winning Irish band, The Chieftains, on their Goodbye Tour. Celebrate 57 years of music making in an unforgettable evening of music, song, and dance on this final journey. The Chieftains, The Irish Goodbye, at Overture Center March 3rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
No major accidents to report right now as we look at the Beltline. Park Street eastbound is slowing down all lanes, usually just leftbound lanes starting to get backed up a little bit, but westbound looks okay at this time. Of course, the road's fairly cleared off right now, but again, those delays stretching back quite a bit. I think a lot of folks getting back in the groove today with work and with school. Downtown Janesville looks nice and smooth, and to get from Janesville to the Beltline, it'll take you about 24 minutes this evening, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, about 17 minutes. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. Some 500 people in Russia spent the weekend in freezing temperatures, speed building igloos as part of an annual competition. Teams are given 2.5 hours to build their igloo, with prizes awarded according to how well they're built.
Keep your shirt off.
As well as their appearance. This year, prizes are given in 14 categories, including the most beautiful, the biggest, and the most correctly built igloo. There's a real science to this.
They have to be strong enough to have a polar bear sit on top of it without collapsing.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. Well, the latest new vehicle from Lincoln, the 2020 Corsair, is a replacement for the Lincoln MKC.
But beyond just having a new name, it's also completely redesigned from top to bottom. Let's roll out the red carpet. That's the color of our test vehicle as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs. Do you feel like Matthew McConaughey driving this?
All right. I do.
You've seen the commercials.
All right.
Lincoln is trying to bring prestige and luxury back to the brand, and the company thinks the Corsair is part of the answer. And if that name sounds familiar... Wasn't Corsair an Edsel back in the 50s?
Yes, it was. It's one of those historic names in the Ford Pantheon, and they decided to bring it back for this. Hopefully it's not a jinx on this thing.
It was also a World War II fighter plane. It's also a French pirate. What does Lincoln say the name means?
They say that it is Latin for journey. It's based on the Latin for the word journey.
And the price of that journey can really add up.
Corsair starts around $40,000 for a base front-wheel drive with the 2-liter engine. This model with the 2.3 all-wheel drive, these perfect position seats, a bunch of other good stuff on it, the high-end audio, is $60,000, Mark.
For a compact?
For a compact crossover. And that is pretty much right in line with where BMW and Mercedes price their top-of-the-line compact crossovers, and Audi and those guys. So Lincoln has basically said, we're tired of being just as good, but cheaper.
It's based on the new Ford Escape, but it has high-end materials everywhere.
Nice stitching. The leather is high quality. It's soft. It's comfortable. The gapping on these things is good. I don't see a lot of the things I used to see and worry about on some of the Ford products. And then just the overall design, by moving the transmission up here in this piano key configuration, now you free up all this room down here.
There are 5 drive modes: normal to eco, or conserve as they call it.
Excite instead of sport, because, you know, you don't drive one of these for sport.
Then slippery and deep conditions. And you want to talk about luxury, get a load of those warning chimes.
That's the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. They hired them to compose, arrange, and record. So that's an actual musician's recording. It's not synthesized sound.
Take that, Mercedes and BMW. Does it have the cachet as the Germans?
Yeah, that's the big question. And it's that brand value. Does it really evoke that? And, you know, there comes a point of time where you either say, hey, I'm worth it, and this is what you're going to pay, or you have to resign yourself to being a cheaper alternative. And Lincoln doesn't want to be that anymore.
And Harvey says the Lincoln is up to the challenge.
They've really done a good job from a styling standpoint. It stands out. It's very, it's contemporary, but it does feel luxurious.
Which brings us to the massaging seats. Do we need massaging seats?
They're so nice on long road trips. You don't need them, but if I can have them, I'll take them. They're called perfect position seats, and they adjust 24 different ways, which is challenging because it takes you a while to get them where you like them. But once you get them where you like them, it's amazing.
I don't know if I need 24 different positions.
Who needs anything, Mark? It's really about what you deserve.
All right. Harvey's here now. We always have fun on these little drives.
We do. And that was a fun car.
Beautiful car, elegant car.
Yeah, and Lincoln has done a lot over the last 5 or 6 years. You know, Ford used to have this luxury division where they had Jaguar and Volvo and a number of other car brands, and they sold all those off, and they put all their energy into Lincoln, and it's really starting to show off. Their entire lineup of SUVs is first rate in all the categories.
And it drives okay. I mean, it's a luxury car.
Yeah, it is. And the base engine is 250 horsepower, but the engine in that car was 295 horsepower, and that's competitive with anything in the category aside from the really, really sporty versions. I just got out of the Infiniti QX50, very similar in terms of horsepower on that. I also had the Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio, which is that 505 horsepower SUV last week, and slight difference there.
But they don't have the Detroit Symphony.
No, they don't have the symphony
That is an
playing.
amazing story.
Yeah, that's one of those fun little things where we all take for granted what the chime is, and somebody said, hey, why don't we do something different? And they did, and it really adds that just touch of elegance to the experience.
Yep. All right. Lincoln Corsair.
Corsair. That's right.
Ridesanddrive.com for more information. Harvey, good to see you. And we'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
Thank you.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer. Standing in the struggle. Hustling through the hurt. Asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials. Helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
Don't miss your chance to see the 6-time Grammy Award-winning Irish band The Chieftains on their Goodbye Tour. Celebrate 57 years of music making in an unforgettable evening of music, song, and dance. The Chieftains, The Irish Goodbye, March 3rd. Tickets at overture.org.
Hi everyone, we're past the snow, but now we have to deal with the cold. Hattie will let us know what kind of layers we need to have as we head out the door.
That cold means you will have to wait to get your car washed. We'll tell you what kind of damage the winter's been doing to the family car.
See you in the morning.
114/70. Very good.
A nursing shortage has put a serious strain on the healthcare industry.
It becomes more and more challenging.
How it could impact the care you receive, and a look at local efforts to recruit and support nurses. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
Enjoy this evening.
Yeah, it's a little chilly outside, but it feels like February. It's going to be a little colder outside for the next few days. Here's our temperatures over the next 12 hours. You can see them just falling off. By tomorrow morning, we will be landing in the single digits. So you'll start off Wednesday in the single digits, but you'll start off Thursday below 0. Wind chills for both days will be below 0 as well. So just plan on bundling up a little bit. It's going to be a little cold outside for the next 2 days, certainly colder than average. And those overnight low temperatures, it's just a little cold outside.
But the weekend.
Oh, but
the
nice
weekend,
rebound,
we'll be in a really great spot as far as temperatures by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's a very short-lived cold spell.
Something to look forward to.
Yes.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
We'll be right back.